Chair.
Good morning. Welcome to the January 15th, 2026 regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the Agribusiness Development Corporation. I am the chair, Jason Watts. Prior to calling the meeting to order, Ingrid Hisatake will explain how the public can participate in this hybrid meeting, which can be accessed by video conference, telephone, or in person.
Thank you, Chair. For all of you joining us online, your microphone will automatically be muted. When the chairperson asks for public testimony, you may click the raise hand button found on your Zoom screen to indicate that you wish to testify about that agenda item. The chairperson will individually enable each testifier to unmute their microphone. When recognized by the chairperson, please unmute your microphone before speaking and mute your microphone after you have finished speaking. For those of you joining by phone, when the chairperson asks for public testimony, you may indicate you want to testify by entering star and then 9. A voice prompt will let you know that the host of the meeting has been notified. When recognized by the chairperson, you may unmute yourself by pressing star and then 6 on your phone. A voice prompt will let you know that you are unmuted. Once you have finished speaking, please enter star and then 6 again to mute yourself. For both internet and phone, as well as in-person access when testifying, you'll be asked to identify yourself and any organizations that you represent. Each testifier will be limited to 2 minutes of testimony per agenda item. Thank you, Chair.
Sorry, you just want to clarify, is it the pound or the star?
Star.
Star, okay. Thank you, Ingrid. Testifiers are also requested or reminded that there is a 2-minute time limit of testimony per agenda item. This meeting is called to order at 9:13 a.m. I will take a roll call of board members who are present. When your name is called, please verbally acknowledge your presence and state who, if anyone is over the age of 18, is present in the room with you. This will also serve as a roll call vote. For each subsequent vote, I will ask if there are any objections or abstentions. If there are none, the motion will be approved on the same basis as the initial roll call. Jesse Cook?
Here.
David Hinazumi?
Present.
Van Honen is excused. Chair Hurd?
Here.
Deputy Director Kira Kahahane?
Aloha, Chair. She'll be coming in at 10:30 this morning.
Currently excused. Board Member Dino Kimoto?
Here.
Board Member Jason Okuhama?
Present and alone.
Thank you. Board Member Karen Seta is excused. Board Member Nathan Trump?
Present and alone.
Thank you. Board Member Jason Watts, present. Board Member Deputy Director Dane Wicker?
Present alone.
Thank you.
Chair, just to let you know, we can't see the people that are present at the location. And I can't also see Mark Takemoto. Wait, is Mark? Sorry, no, I mean, I also can't see the people present at the location. Sorry, that was it.
Oh, what can they see?
Who changed it?
Sorry, hold on 1 second.
Can you change?
No, it just says,
Yeah, I gotta take down that ADC screen.
oh, there we go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, now you're on a big screen. Thank you. So we have 8 members, we have quorum. Before proceeding with the meeting, because of the key presenters availability, we will be taking informational item F1 out of order. And that is a update by Kevin Manoli, a partner at Olson & Bird, regarding the status of administrative hearings related to the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System permit number HI-0021952. The board may go into executive session pursuant to 92-5A4, Hawaii Revised Statutes, to consult with the board's attorney on questions and issues pertaining to the board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities. Is there a motion to go into executive session?
Motion?
Thank you, Board Member Cook.
Second.
Is there a second? Thank you, Board Member Inazumi. Before we go into executive session, is there anyone from the public who wish to give testimony?
Landry.
No answers. Thank you. I'll conduct a roll call vote on the matter. Board Member Cook,
Yes.
Board Member Inazumi,
Yes.
Board Member Hong is excused, Board Member Chair Hurd,
Yes.
Board Deputy Director Kahane is excused, Board Member Dino Kimoto,
Yes.
Board Member Jason Oklahoma.
Here.
This is a yes or no for executive session?
Voting to go into executive session.
I think you said yes.
He said here.
Oh, here.
Here. Yes.
Okay, sorry. Okay. Board Member Sen is excused. Board Member Trump,
Yes.
thank you. Board Member Watts is a yes. Board Member Deputy Director Wicker,
Yes.
thank you. Okay, so we'll take a recess and go into executive session.
Sorry, I thought we were gonna go into exec session.
They just sent a link.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
We're going to Teams.
Okay. Thanks, that's what I was waiting for.
Take that back. I'm still waiting for the link.
Yeah, I don't have it either.
Um, I haven't been invited to a Teams meeting.
No, I thought it was an old link that
Oh,
that somebody triggered on my end.
oh, okay, okay. Sorry.
I think something just came through now.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, can everyone hear us and see us okay?
Chair, did you dismiss Kevin or do you need him?
That is fine. Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
Hello, Deputy Director, can you hear and see us okay?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, Chair, we're good.
All right. Calling the public meeting back to order at 10:43 a.m. Pursuant to Hawaii Revised Statutes, Section 92-4B, 2023, the following actions were taken by the board in executive session. The board discussed agenda item F1 that required the board to consult with the board's attorney on questions and issues pertaining to the board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to give testimony? Is there any board discussion?
There's none, Chair.
Thank you. Returning to the regular schedule of agenda items, section B, meeting minutes. The minutes in this section are deferred. Moving on to section C, chair's report, there is none. Moving on to section D, agenda item D1 and agenda item D2 are both deferred as well. Moving on to section E, action items. We have some members of the public that are here, so we're gonna take a couple of things out of order. We're gonna take HCDA up first. So this will be
Item 4.
taking item 4, E4 first, which is a request for approval to execute. So it's a request for approval to execute a memorandum of understanding between the Agribusiness Development Corporation and the Hawaii Community Development Authority to provide project management for the development of the Central Oahu Agriculture and Food Hub, District of Wahiawa, City and County of Honolulu, State of Hawaii, various tax back fees. Is there a motion to proceed? So moved. Thank you, Board Member Okimoto. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Board Member Hinazumi. Is there a staff presentation?
No presentation, but open for any questions, and we also have Executive Director Craig Nakamoto from HCA available for any questions.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to give testimony?
There's none, Chair.
Is there any board member discussion? I just have one for Craig and Ken. You just real, I guess, kind of overview for what's being asked of ACDA. I mean, is this financially, money wise, it's all 100%? There's no potential cost overrun or?
Thank you, Chair. Craig Nakamoto, I'm the Executive Director of the Hawaii Community Development Authority, joined by Derek Sasaki, our CFO. So one of the things after we signed this MOA, ADC and ACA, we could have discussed in terms of some kind of administrative fee to for our services. We expect that we'll reach an agreement on that. Some of the services that we would have to provide, especially subdivision work, some other things, probably gonna need funds to get a consultant. So we'll also work on the funding part of the ADC. We haven't specifically identified a source of funding for that, but we are in discussions with them. As far as cost overruns, I don't believe there'll be cost overruns of number. Essentially, we're here, eight kind of like the owner's rep, project manager to represent ADC, the whole project to make sure that things are developed correctly, sort of design guidelines are followed. So I don't anticipate that, Chair.
Okay, thank you. So my source, and I'm asking too is because we're in the middle, not middle, so that session is starting in and to keep the project on track. So Ken, we're comfortable that whatever we have appropriated or it can cover
Yeah.
the completion of the project.
And it will be subject to funding, availability, but we do have some ongoing projects, like HVP project, potentially the FPIN project, which I will present on the next part, that may be able to cover some of this.
So there will be a legislative ask maybe this session or next session or,
Don't believe we put in this session, well, actually, we did put in for planning funding for this session. That's for the EPMF, which is the FPIN project.
thank you, that's all I had. Any further board discussion?
Yeah, this,
Board member Okimo?
how much land area are we talking about here?
So total, the two areas combined, if you go to the map on the back, the two areas is broken up by the north and the south. So the north is about, I want to say 52 acres, and the south is approximately 34.
Oh, this is where the farm fair is.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Any further discussion? If not, is there anyone, we did that already, like. Moving on to voting, are there any objections or abstentions? Seeing none, the motion is adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're gonna take one more item out of order. And this is a informational item. We're gonna take item F2 out of order. This is a presentation by William Weiss, licensee under license agreement number LI-WM1505 regarding a film project site location associated with the land under his license. Please proceed.
Sorry?
You can proceed. Yeah.
Well, I thought that maybe the board had questions about the filming on a farm.
This is the,
Yeah, Cal.
oh, okay, so yeah, thank you very much for being here. The presentation at the last board meeting was to ask approval for right of entry onto ADC property for the filming of a movie. And the presentation, while wonderful, lacked your presence, because it was like, everything looks good, but where's the licensee? Was there approval given, first of all? And where's the MOU or the right of entry agreement that allows the state, or in this case, ADC, to give rights to anyone to enter your property? And there was none. It was kind of like a good faith type of thing, which I'm sure everyone in the room would say, is a good way to conduct business. However, push comes to shove, somebody gets hurt, then it's not such a good idea. It's better to have everybody in the room to say, oh yeah, I signed the document, it's gonna be good. And the other thing that was a little unusual is we do this all the time at the Department of Agriculture, we have agreements. It's called a subcontract. What you were doing is you were subcontracting your land to be used by someone else. And that has a number of HARs associated with it, of which may not apply in this case, but I was just asking the question. You were allowing a subcontractor onto your property during the term of your license. It would have been nice to have you go, is what I was questioning.
Are you questioning why I was not there?
No, I'm just questioning why there wasn't a written agreement. I just asked, is the licensee in the room to speak on behalf of this project? And it was quiet. So now you're here and you're speaking on behalf of the project.
Correct.
Okay.
I just was hoping that there was a clear understanding as to what the board thought was going to be happening. And for us, there have been filming on the farm in the past. In 2009, there was a TV show that was there. And prior to that, it was about 3 or 4 years before that, there was another movie film. And Dole, at that point, Dole had the property. So all I did was just make a phone call to Dole, because their offices are right up from there. And said that these people wanted to film. They said, yeah, just go for it. And said, thank you, aloha. And yeah, that was it. So when, now, ABC has a property, so sure there are new rules. So I suggested to them that they get in touch with the board. And I thought it was just gonna be a situation where they would ask for the permission to do it. And they already had my permission to do it because the prior things that had happened in the past, the prior filming. And if I didn't know, Sharon, that you guys wanted me here. It was no.
What I asked for at the end of it, for what it's worth, is rules. That the license that you have, does it allow you to do that on your own? Or do you have to bring it to the board for approval of a subcontract? The way we do it at the Department of Agriculture, Biosecurity, all of our lessees, when they conduct business on the property that's not agricultural production, which are the terms of the lease, you come to the board with a proposition, says, you know, I want to do this, and then there's a case, it's a submittal. This is what we're gonna do, it's gonna be for 30 days, I'm gonna be compensated for it, or I waive compensation, liability. I mean, it's one of those documents that protects the state against potential, you know, litigation. And that was not here in this case, and I'm not speaking from a legal standpoint, I'm just saying, from my experience with the Department of Agriculture, that's the process. And I brought it up, and I think we're going to look into the process of some sort of a more formal sublease, because that's basically what you're doing.
You know what, Sharon, I think that's a really good idea, because Hawaii is a beautiful place, and a lot of people want to film here. Unfortunately, for the past 10 or 15 years, there have been almost no filming on Hawaii. Because Hawaii is beautiful, people want to come here and do that. And some of the most beautiful places in Hawaii are on ag land. So it seems like they're going to start the whole process of coming back to Hawaii to do some filming. And, I like that idea, because it gives jobs, not to just us as farmers, but people in the film industry. And the guys I'm talking about are the guys that drive the trucks, that do all the electrical work, whatever the difficult parts are. Everybody sees the guys making millions of dollars, so they think the film industry is a lot of money. Yeah, exactly. But it's filled with real people who got mortgages, real estate, just like us. And so when they wanted to film, I thought it was fine. I called the office, the ABC office, and they said what was needed for them. What was needed for the film crew to do was get a right of entry. So okay, great. And I thought that was it. That left the responsibility away from me, so that the film crew could talk with AEC and get permission to come. But what you're saying is that maybe we should have something for the future. You know what, Sharon? I think that's awesome. So a really good idea, because it protects everybody. You know, I want to be protected for sure. On the other hand, it's fun having those films. They have really good food. That's my secret reason for having them come out. But they're really good people.
So I think there's a couple things, Wendy, going forward at the church, put about rules or some kind of SOP. I think really the request is coming from you, right? It's not really the film crew asking EDC for ROE, but they contacted you, now you're contacting, you have the agreement with EDC. So the request is, you're requesting EDC give them an ROE for filming. And so to Chair's point, I think that process of you being present and all that is probably more adequate, but something for the staff to work on. But sorry, you're the first case.
You know what, there's like I said, there's a lot of nice places, and I don't think it'll be the last, because, you know, ABC has properties of the whole state. And it's beautiful all over, and they're looking to, it's one off the track here, but there was a series that was gonna be done with Netflix called, Chief of War.
Oh, yeah, good one, yeah.
And so, you know, being Hawaiian, where do I want them to film? Right here, but it was so expensive. Where did they go? They went down to New Zealand. It's always gray, the sky is always gray, and the water is different. The water is not blue down there, which I didn't know, but they came back. They wanna come back now to Hawaii. So I'm hoping that, you know, they see other places to go to. Of course, Cool Ranch, they always get a lot of filming done, but there are, ABC now has property, so beautiful. Parking everywhere. So maybe that'll happen. Everybody can have all the food.
And then I'll just add to Wendy to keep in mind Deputy Director Vicker's comments in the last meeting for DBED, because we don't want to slow, you know, we want to be as efficient as possible, because we don't want there to be costs involved in any kind of bureaucratic red tape. Go ahead.
So the Board of Agriculture, main concern in these subcontracts is that it continues to be an ag production. So we are the Agribusiness Development Corporation. We support business, we support revenue generation, but we cannot lose sight of the fact that it has to be agriculture going on the property. So it cannot become a filming studio and agriculture become accessory to the fact that you're filming. It has to be primarily an agriculture business, and that's the kind of case that comes to the Department of Agriculture Board. That this is not going to impact the agriculture. The primary purpose of the land use is agriculture. So don't lose sight of that when you do your submittal, because it cannot become a film site.
That's a good concern,
Yeah.
because, you know,
Unless ADC wants it to be, okay? But that's,
No, this is a good enforcement thing, because then everyone keeps their farms nice, right, ready for filming.
but if it comes in and tears up the farmland, just put it back. You know, leave it how you found it.
you know, I think that that's worthwhile talking about, the fact that if you have a piece of property that's attracting people to film there, and then you change them, we grow tropical flowers, okay, so we change them to tropical flowers, so like trying to get more and more people to come and film.
That might be okay if it's in the rule. It might be okay if it's in the rule. But right now, we don't have a rule.
But then now we change the ag land into something, and it's kind of like under the table. If it's ag land, let's let it be ag land. I was talking to Craig when we were outside. We do tropical flowers, and we sell to flight attendants and pilots. That's just basically all we do. They come in, they went over, they want to take something back as a gift. Sometimes they take our flowers back. And it's changed now a little bit, not, it's still the same, but now they want us to ship flowers to, they may be based in LA, but they got family in Massachusetts or something. So they want us to send flowers to them. So my wife is really good about packing flowers. So it's becoming important to us now to ship flowers with the Black Quarantine Station. We need the agricultural staff. Every year, the ag inspector comes. They came about 2 weeks ago. We're talking story. You know, it's quiet down at the farm. They're relaxed. We're relaxed. So I asked the Wahine, how many staffs did you guys have 2 years ago? She said 123. I said, how many do you have now? She was about 52. That slammed me in the head because one, our farmers are not getting younger. No, it's just kids are not getting into it. So one, they're not getting younger, and now these ag snaps, who's sending flowers nowadays? The lay makers on Montecare Street, yeah, they should go out flowers, for sure, but all the orchid growers on the Big Island, they don't sell orchids, blossoms, they don't sell orchid stems anymore. Why? Thailand, Singapore. What they did was they went to selling orchid plants in 4-inch and 6-inch pots. Once the spike starts to bloom, they're shipping. We love what we do, and we love ABC for allowing us to continue what we're doing. If anything's going on the farm, I do want you folks to know. And I always call Ken, and I tell him, you come down right now and look what's happening. And if you have a problem, you come down and look at it and you make a decision. I don't want to hide anything. If I need to be involved, let me know.
Sorry, we take one more question from board member.
I think we'll just stand down.
Oh,
Deputy Chair.
oh, Deputy Director, you have a question?
No, I put my hand down. It was a good point by Chair Hurd that the primary function stays ag. But with a DBED hat on, our natural resources are what draws these film productions to Hawaii. Those, for lack of indoor stages, our natural environment provides that certain space. So the flexibility, there should be a process, but that flexibility of allowing our natural assets to become those sound stages for a primary industry, if we're serious about diversifying, such as film, we should think out of the box on this. But I agree, not the primary purpose.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Any further board member discussion? If not, thank you, sir.
All for these.
Thank you for the ad. We need more flowers.
All right, moving back to the agenda. Agenda item E1, as a request for approval to hire a special deputy attorney general to represent the interests of the Agribusiness Development Corporation in matters concerning the acquisition of certain real property situated east of Ma'alo Road at Hanamaulu, Lehue, County of Kauai, State of Hawaii, tax map key number 4, 3-8, 018, 001, portion. Is there a motion to adopt? So moved. Thank you, Board Member Okimoto. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Chair Hurd.
And Chair,
And then,
this has been called up. I need to
Yes.
recuse myself
Yes.
on this.
Board Member Hinazumi is excusing himself for conflict. Is there a staff presentation?
Chair, it's not a formal presentation, but this will go down in history as the largest acquisition in ADC's history. And because of the size of the acquisition and that we would like to have it go incredibly smooth for everyone involved. And we are currently awaiting hire of a permanent attorney general assigned to ADC. We are asking for approval to hire a special deputy attorney general who specializes in land transactions. And I'm here for any questions.
Is there any question, any of the public wish to ask any questions or testify?
There is none, Chair.
Any board discussion? Just one, Wendy, for the board, so, we don't have any budget issues with this, or
We do
can-
not.
Okay.
Chair.
When are you planning to hire for? Or it's not your hire, it's the Attorney General, right?
So it will be very similar to how we hired special counsel for the NPDES. It comes down to the Attorney General's office spearheading. They will write up a statement of qualifications. They will do the solicitation and they will do the hiring. And then we're not a part of that. We're not attorneys, but we will be responsible for the bills to get paid following the hire. And it will follow state procurement.
Question, Chair.
Oh, yes, Chair Hurd.
Will the scope of work for the special deputy attorney general go beyond this land acquisition, or will it be specific to this? So once it's done, it's one and done.
Completely specific just to this transaction.
Would it be wise to add other things that we need looked at now, or you prefer just to?
Maybe Chair Hurd, maybe in future board meetings, but we have to just
Just-
focus
okay,
on this one for this, so we
Chair.
don't.
Chair, Deputy Director Wicker.
Good question,
Oh.
Chair Hurd, but and Wendy, correct me if I'm wrong, the appropriation for this land acquisition, a portion of those funds will help pay for the special deputy. So those funds are specifically used for this transaction. I don't think we can use the special counsel for anything outside of what the funds are appropriated for.
So I'll confirm that to you guys, so Chair Hurd. So what's happened is the appraisal came in less than what the appropriation was. And so the language in the appropriating act is broad enough that we can use some of those funds to hire an attorney.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for that clarification. Thank you, Dane.
All right, are there any questions or discussions? Seeing none, are there any objections or abstentions? Oh, I'm sorry, we need to do a roll call. Board Member Hinizumi is abstaining. Board Member Cook?
Yes.
Board Member Hinizumi is abstained. Board Member Hong is excused. Chair Hurd.
Yes.
Deputy Director Kahane, is she on? Not here. Board Member Okimoto.
Yes.
Board Member Okuhama.
Yes.
Board Member Seddon,
She's excused.
excused. Board Member Trump.
Yes.
Board Member Watts is a yes. Board Member Deputy Director Wicker.
Yes.
That's 7. Measures adopted.
Chair, I'm gonna remember.
Just 1 second while Board Member Hinizumi comes back.
Chair, we're gonna be to page 9. Sorry, Chair, that's sorry, there's something in the this page 9, Chair.
Oh, All right, moving on to, for the record, Board Member Hinizumi has rejoined us. Agenda item E2 is a request for approval to authorize the executive director to execute a supplemental contract for legal services related to the National Pollutant Discharge Elimination System, permit number HI-0021952. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Board Member Hinizumi. Is there a second?
Second.
Oh, thank you, Board Member Okimoto. Is there a staff presentation?
Chair, there is not a formal staff presentation. However, the board did authorize an expenditure of $150,000 in a prior board meeting to go towards the NPDES. And those funds were expended in paying for legal counsel in regards to rebutting the draft permit. And since then, we've gone into an accelerated timetable for filing a contested case. So the supplemental contract would be for filing the contested case and then additional counsel as needed or requested by the board.
Thank you, Reggie. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to give testimony?
There's none, Chair.
Is there any board discussion? I just had one, I guess, so we're at 100, where are we now?
So there was 150,000 used to go towards the draft permit rebuttal. There was about 400, a little bit over 400,000 used to file the contested case.
So we're at like $500,000,
Correct.
550. And budget wise, I mean, are we, so I guess that's the previous discussion about. What's the plan? I guess, how are we gonna address the funds going forward?
So the tentative plan is to use funds that have been paid to us by the operations and maintenance of the PMRF pumps. And so that would leave about 60,000, and the 60,000, we have not isolated where that's gonna come from, but it would most likely come from a revolving fund.
Okay.
Land rent.
Because just to keep in mind, I think, even with the emergency appropriations request, the LEDs wouldn't adjourn until May, April, end of April, end of May, governor signs it July, August, September, right? So we wouldn't be able to, we gotta think about our ability to pay, in that gap time, so just to keep it like. So $500,000, and then what do you think your ask is gonna be? I know you gotta negotiate that with the AGs and stuff, but what do you think?
And we're not the ones negotiating, that's actually the AG's office, we just sign the checks. The estimate at this point would probably be another 500,000.
So we're gonna be requesting about 1.1 million.
Chair, if I might.
Sure.
We expect to have some information to take before the board in February, and we can have a more finalized estimate, or at the special board meeting as we start to draft the bill, what those numbers would be.
Yeah, I recommend to keep in close contact with Deputy Director Wicker, because we don't want to miss any kind of deadlines regarding any kind of emergency appropriation. Any further board discussion? If not, are there any objections or abstentions? All right, measures adopted. Moving on to agenda item E3. It's a request for approval to cancel revocable permit number RP-PU-23-01 issued to Robert Rita Jr. doing business as Robert's Equipment Service for 24 gross acres, more or less, of land in the district of Waialua, City and County of Honolulu, State of Hawaii, tax map key number 16-5-001-056 portion. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Member Okimoto, seconded by board member Inazumi. Is there a staff presentation?
Chair, there is a staff presentation by Allison.
Okay, Allison?
Hi, good morning. Allison Newstein, property manager. So I apologize as I've been filling in for the lack of a Wahoo property manager. I did bring to the board an action previously for Kanhu Farms. And we didn't realize at the time that there was this revocable permit that required board approval. We were hoping that we could just cancel it as per the verbiage in the agreement, but the AG recommended taking it to the board to approve. So just a formality. This was a temporary use. The tenant was aware that it was a temporary use, and this will allow us to proceed with the new license over the property to Kanhu Farms.
Chair, I'd like to add that the new licensee would be in Diversified.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to give testimony? Is there any board discussion?
There's none, Chair.
I just have one comment. So just curious, so this is 24 acres. How long has this has been, do we know, or?
How long it's been vacant, or how long the lease term would be?
Oh, I guess so it's vacant currently?
It's been,
So go ahead, or do you want me to answer? It was vacant and it was getting overgrown. So as a preventative measure for fire prevention and just the overgrowth, we allowed this tenant to temporarily use it, and it's been in use since 2023. But the tenant has been aware that it was always going to be just temporary. So it was helpful to provide for fire prevention from overgrown guinea grasses and such. That's why they initially approved it.
Thanks, Allison. I guess my question there is So we issued a ag lease to someone to do non-ag. I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I'll take issue.
Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, Chair.
Nope, go ahead.
There is a global demand because of climate change, drought and fires. There is a global demand for animal food. Hay and alfalfa, I mean, it is not specifically food for humans, but indirectly so. And to Wendy's point, I'm glad to see it going to diversified ag. We got a double food production, but harvesting grass for animal feed is considered ag production.
No, but this is just overgrown.
Well, it's the stated character of uses for animal feed, so. if
Oh,
someone
okay,
would
so
take it
Robert's
over-
Equipment Services was harvesting grass.
Growing hay and
That's
hay
okay.
land.
No, agreed, yeah, thank you. The way I didn't see that point, so the way I was reading it, I thought it was like there was a motor pool or something. Yes, Board Member Yokohama.
Thank you, Chair. I would have to recuse myself from this. He's a client of mine, but Robert's Equipment Service, they actually do ranching.
Yeah.
So they have a equipment business, but they also ranchers.
Well, that takes me to the other question, Allison. They don't want to continue because we need that stuff.
Right, but we were only charging them a minimal rent of $14 per acre, and the new tenants are paying $1,800. We did offer Rita's if they wanted to pay the new rates for the intensive ag use, but they declined.
Okay, thank you. Any further board discussion? If not, are there any objections or abstentions? There's one abstention, so we need to do a roll call vote. Board Member Cook?
Yes.
Board Member Hinazumi?
Yes.
Board Member Hong is excused. Chair Hurd?
Yes,
Deputy Director Kahane is excused. Board Member Okimoto?
Yes.
Board Member Yokohama is excused, abstains. Board Member Seddon is excused. Board Member Trump?
Yes.
Board Member Watts is a yes. Deputy Director Wicker?
Yes.
At 7 ayes, the measure is adopted. Moving on to agenda item E5, which is a request for approval of a right of entry permit to Goodfellow Brothers LLC grantee and Wines of Kauai LLC subgrantor and the access coordinator key holder Kekaha Agricultural Association for delivering soil, gravel, rocks, asphalt, cold clay material, and other road material generated from a road improvement job in the state of Hawaii, Department of Transportation in Kekaha, District of Waimea, County of Kauai, State of Hawaii, tax step key 41-2002-001 portion. Members, if there's no objection, the chair is going to defer this to our next board meeting. Moving on to item E6 is a request for approval to issue a new license agreement to Sumart Kot Wongtong for 32.9 gross acres, more or less, of PU-15 for diversified agriculture use in Wahiawa, Oahu, State of Hawaii, tax map key number 16-4003-016 portion. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Oh, sorry. Board Member Cook, second by Board Member Okimoto. Is there a staff presentation?
Yes, Allison Newstein. This was just a leftover from last month rather. I don't know if you recall, we had to defer this one item because one of the applicants, it was originally two applicants together. They had applied separately, but we're gonna hooey up on this, but then one of them last minute decided to drop out, so we're just gonna issue this license to Sumart.
Is there anyone from the public wish to give testimony?
There is none, Chair.
Is there any board discussion? All right, if not, is there any objections or abstentions? Measures adopted. Agenda item E7 is a request for approval to execute and enter into a memorandum of agreement between the Agribusiness Development Corporation and the University of Hawaii Community Design Center to develop a proof of concept study for a statewide food and product innovation network. Is there a motion to approve? Thank you, Board Member Okimoto. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Board Member Hinazumi. Is there a staff presentation?
No presentation, but just a quick summary. So this is with the University of Hawaii Community Design Center. It's for a proof of concept study for the Food and Product Innovation Network, also known as the Entrepreneur Manufacturing Product Facility, so the EPMF. It's a mouthful, but it grows up. Yeah, we're just hiring the University of Hawaii to develop proof of concepts for some of our neighbor island sites. The Oahu site has already been, we did a study for the Oahu site, so these will cover 2 sites on the neighbor islands.
Oh, is this for Maui and, Oahu and Maui?
No, not
Kauai.
potentially Kauai and Maui, or yeah. Available for any questions.
Is there anyone from the public who wishes to give testimony?
There's none, Chair.
Is there any board discussion? I would just add, I don't know if we are gonna have money for this, but I mean, I know we're doing a lot of work with UHCDC. I don't know if UHCDC does work with UHERO, University of Hawaii Economic Research Office, but might be good to, with the planning process, kind of start to pick their brain on the economic data. Because I know Deputy Director Wickers are working on the commodities and stuff, and I think UHERO has a lot of data on ag data that might be useful for informing how the EPMF eventually looks like or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. We can definitely.
Oh, Deputy Director Wicker.
Good point, Chair. There's actually a UHERO I think it's in 2023, a small business study that ties to manufacturing. So we'll share that with UHCDC. And Research Economic Analysis Division does have some data on value add manufacturing. And moving forward, they're going to start doing not exit surveys, but questionnaires for the value added companies to see how the facilities are helping to scale up. So we'll share that with.
Oh, cool. Yeah, cool. That'd be good. I think that one. Okay. Any other board discussion? If not, are there any objections or abstentions? Measure is adopted. Moving on to agenda item E8 is a request to establish a permitted interaction group to review the implementation status of the 2019 management and financial audit of the Agribusiness Development Corporation. To include 1, review of the auditor's recommendations, 2, review of the corporation's responses, 3, recommendations for additional implementation measures, and 4, report the findings to the board of directors. Appointment of members there too. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Chair Hurd, thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Board Member Cook, thank you. Okay. First of all, is anyone wants to serve on this page? Oh, sorry. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to give testimony?
There's none, Chair.
Is there any board discussion? Okay, is there any volunteers for the thing? If not, I'm gonna be, I'll appoint myself.
I'm available, Chair.
Oh, okay, Board Member Hinazumi, we'll do 5, so, Chair Hurd, would you be available? Okay. I think Deputy Director, if you wouldn't mind, because I think this is an audit question, so departmental help might be. You would, if you don't object.
You're on.
Deputy Director, you.
Barely heard that. What was the question?
If you wanted to be, if you're okay with joining the audit review page.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm fine with that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else? Member Cook, Member Okimoto, anyone online? Remember this? It'll be riveting stuff.
Riveting.
Member Trump. Okay, if not, well, Board Member Okimoto is here. All right. Okay, so it says Board board members Watson, Azumi, Chair Hurd, Deputy Director Wicker, and Board Member Okimoto. Is there any objections? Or abstentions? Having none, the measure is adopted. Item number E9 is a request for board approval to update the application form for land owned or managed by the Agribusiness Development Corporation. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion.
Thank you, Board Member Cook. Is there a second? Second. Board Member Okimoto, thank you. Is there a staff presentation?
Chair, there is from Allison.
Oh, Alice.
I see Allison's currently offline, I'm not sure if he's accepted it or what's going on. Oh, here she is.
Hi, sorry. I had to step away. I missed the last bit, sorry.
Item E9, this is the request for board approval to update the application form for land owned or managed by ADC.
Oh. Yeah, I thought we were going to defer that. I did submit it to the AG. There were some additions as far as the assignments that were added. And just included some verbiage as far as some legal verbiage the AG wanted me to add.
Okay.
As well as a few questions regarding institutional use, I believe, and the displacement of any potential applicants.
Not a problem. We could defer.
I just got one comment. Allison, thanks for looking into this to make it user friendly. Just one note. When there are changes, if you're able to provide a red line for us, because as we all flip through it, I don't think any of us would be able to know what is the proposed changes. So that would be very
Yeah, that'd be very helpful to know kind of what it was and where we're going.
Okay. Yeah, I apologize on that. For any future stuff, I'll be sure to give you guys the red line versions.
Not a problem.
Chair Watts, the staff wanted to include the recommendations from the land permitted interaction group from a year ago, 2 primary ads. One is, are you going to be losing your land and when? That's a question that is not on the application currently. And the second is, are you interested in institutional purchasing? And those are recommendations from the board.
Thank you.
Second, could you, excuse me, Chair, could you elaborate on that second point? So is the licensee interested in institutional to grow food for the procurement by? Yeah,
Correct, yes, to help us meet our state
30 by 30,
institutional
50 by
mandates,
Got it.
correct.
Thank you. Are there any questions or public, anyone from the public wish to give testimony?
We're gonna defer, right? Okay.
Any further public check?
Nothing. Any further board discussion? If not, members, if there's no objection, we will be deferring item E9. We're at informational items. We already did F3, so I don't know. Item F3, Executive Director's Report. I'm just gonna direct you to your website, of course.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, members, that's it. So if there's no objections, having no further business before the board, may I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Board Member Hinazumi, second. Board Member Cook. Are there any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, the motion is, or is there any questions or for the public? No, none. Hearing none, the motion is unanimously approved. The meeting is adjourned at 11:32 a.m. Thank you, board members. Thank you.
Thank you.